Thanks for joining and welcome all. Okay, so for this session, so we'll discuss first about the UI path. Okay, and after that, maybe if you have any other question related to the Blue Prism or related to the automation anywhere, right? So very well we can discuss because you will have the question like in which tool is better or which tool there is a more demand into the market, right? So we'll discuss all. Everyone has the question like how can we enter into the RPA world basically, okay? So that you people can be with the latest technology. Okay, so we can start it. So first we will discuss with this UI path. Okay, and moreover basically for the RPA. So before starting I want to give the like small difference between the legacy technologies versus the RPA world. So this MVC means model view controller. Okay, so nowadays if you want to get a job, right, in the legacy technologies, it might be like any scripting language, right, or any framework or maybe front end, right? So there you should have a knowledge of front end, back end, and as well as integration. Means you should be a full stack developer, right? Then only it's possible for you to get a job into the market. And also if you see, there are a lot of people are available into the market, they are aware about these legacy technologies, and as compared to that there is a less demand, right? So obviously if you want to get a job here you have to struggle a lot, right? And even if you get a job there is a less opportunity, I can say, from the growth point of view. Okay, the growth means from the technical point of view and as well as I can say the monetary point of view as well. But if you start with your RPA journey, right, so you will be with the trained with the latest technology, I can say. So obviously if you are with the latest trend with the latest technology basically, so you will have a very high chances like you can get a like a good package, good opportunity, and also there are a lot of demand is available into the market within the RPA, right? So if you start your career with the RPA, so you can go to the AML, data science, big data, right? So this is a step to start your journey with the latest technology. And obviously there is a very huge demand available into the market, but as compared to that there are less people are available. So obviously from the growth point of view also it's a very good technology. Okay, and stop me if you have any question at any point of time. Okay, so it's not the case like at the end we'll take a question. So whenever you feel like you have some question on any slide or any point, please have a like discussion there. Okay, so I will be happy to discuss. Okay, so if you have any questions please let me know, otherwise we'll move to the next slide. Okay, so the next slide will be like what is RPA, right? So RPA is a robotic process automation. So this automation or this robotics, right, it's not a new word. Okay, it's a we have the Manish here, so he's from the automation background, so he's also doing the automation, right? And the robotics. Okay, so robotics, so what do you mean by robotics? So you can see into the mechanical industry, so we have the people from the mechanical industry or manufacturing industry. So there also there are like hardware robots are available. So those robots, what they are doing, they are also doing the automation. So robotic and automation is not something new, right, to the industry. But if you think about the software industry point of view, so this is the very latest trend, I can say. So what do you mean by robotics, right? So robotics means it's an entity which will mimic the human action. It's called as a robots. Means instead of human, the robot will perform the action. Okay, so here we are talking about the software robot, not a hardware robot. Process. So what do you mean by process? So process is a sequence of steps which lead to the meaningful activity, right? So it can be anything. It might be like making tea, coffee, or any your favorite dish, right? So if you are making for the 5 people, 10 people, or 50 people, the process will be same. Only the portion will change based on the people. And automation. So what do you mean by automation? Automation is any process which is done by the robot without any human intervention. It's called as a automation. That's it. Very simple. Okay. Then here I want to give this differentiation between the automation tool versus the RPA, because people will have always question in their mind, like, I'm already doing the automation, right? So why we should go for the robotic process automation, right? But we have Manish here. So Manish, maybe you can interrupt me if you have anything here to mention. So first thing, like, we'll discuss about the
Sure, sure.
automation. Okay, so legacy automation tool, basically it might be the Selenium, it might be the QTP, right? So their scope of automation is very less, I can say. So we can do the like browser based automation or API automation, right? Not more than that. But if you go to the RPA, the scope of automation is very huge. We can automate anything. Okay, we can automate anything. So it might be any web application, desktop application, image application, image automation, mainframe automation, Citrix automation, SAP, ERP, any kind of automation we can do with the help of RPA. There is a no limitation. Okay. Second thing, tedious to automate. Okay, so even if you want to automate a small thing, right? Here we have to spend a lot of time. We have to do a lot of work behind it. Then only we'll be able to do the automate. But this is not a case with the RPA. Here we have ease of automation. Okay, so here if you want to build any kind of complex automation, we can like automate very easily. Even I will show into the demo. Okay, next thing is like this legacy automation tool, we can use only like in a QA environment or UAT environment, basically. Okay, but like we can't see like the industry they are using into the production, right? But if you think about the RPA, we can implement in any phase of the software development life cycle. The next point is, if you want to automate something with these tools, legacy tools, I can say, here we should have a very thorough knowledge of coding. So you should have a knowledge like a developer, then only you will be able to automate those things. But in a RPA with a very limited basic knowledge also, we can start our RPA journey. Okay, then next point is like change management, right? Deploy access control, remote execution, scheduling. So all the things, if you want to do in a legacy automation tool, we have to do a lot of background work, and also like we have to integrate with any other tools as well. But this is not the case with the RPA. So all these things we can do very easily. Okay, so this is the small differentiation I want to mention here between this legacy automation tool versus RPA. Ideally, there is a no comparison between this legacy automation tool versus the RPA. But still, a lot of people from the automation background or the testing background, they are coming and they will ask the question. Okay, so that's the reason I want to put this slide here. Okay, so anything you want to discuss here from anyone? Any question? So right,
Yeah,
Prathamesh. Okay.
I have a question. I think the
Yes.
testing is that basically the we cover the functional based things, right?
Correct.
And
Correct.
the RPA covers the process based. So we cannot
But
compare the testing with RPA, right?
that
So
is
in
the
that,
reason
in that
that is
yeah,
that is the reason I said there is no comparison. Okay, there is a no
correct, correct.
comparison, but still few people will correlate it. Okay,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
that is the reason I'm going to mention here. And other thing you have mentioned, like the testing, right? So it might be the functional testing, it might be the regression testing, right? So
Right,
now
right, right.
the UiPath started supporting such type of thing as well. Okay, so you can
Mhm.
use this tool for the testing purpose as well.
Companies are using this type of that basically RPA for the testing.
That's the reason I said they have like included the separate, I can say, separate portion here, or the separate functionality.
Mhm,
By using it, we can use
mhm.
it for the testing as well. Yes, we can use it. So
Okay.
there we can mention like how many test cases are passed, how many test cases are failed, right? So it will give you the report as well, basically,
Yeah,
for
yeah, I agree. But I think the testing is a basically the things to expected versus actual, right?
Correct,
To
correct.
where, but RPI is a process based. Process means it's a functional things, right? Means as a user, what the action user do, right? End to end process, right?
So here also
So
we
after
can
the
do the
development and testing, after development and testing completed, then RPA role comes when the environment is stable. Then to minimize the human behavior, the RPA tools involved, right?
that's the reason I said Manish. Okay, so we can use the RPA, okay, RPA thing. At the same time, we can do the testing as well by using this tool.
Okay. Yeah.
We can do both the things. So this is the only one tool, okay, the UiPath, which is available into the market. It's supporting both the things.
Okay.
Yeah, other tools
Okay.
don't have this capability, but UiPath having this capability, like you can compare the actual versus expected as well.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we can do that as well into the UiPath. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. And Prathamesh having like the question, like integration will require, because see, I want to bring this point. Many people they have the assumption like it can be used for the testing, right? But like since I can say 1 year, the UiPath introduced this functionality. Like we can use this tool for the our functional testing, regression testing, and API testing as well. Okay. And Prathamesh having one question, but integration will require coding in RPA. So Prathamesh, we can directly do the coding basically. So it's not required like we have to do some integration with any other tool or something like that. Here we have the facility very well. We can go ahead and we can do the coding as well. Okay. Hope this is the answer for your question. But if you have something, please let me know. Okay. So next question will be like, who can learn the RPA? Okay, so many people are coming with this question. So that is the reason like I want to put this slide here. So people will say like, I don't have any programming knowledge. Can I learn the RPA? Definitely, you can start your RPA journey without any hardcore coding knowledge, basically. Okay. The next question will be, I'm a fresher and want to start my career in a market. So will I get a job as a RPA developer? So I can say it's here we don't have the job only for RPA developer. So here we have the job for like RPA business analyst, RPA developer, RPA testing, RPA support, right? So here we also have the all types of job as compared to the SDLC, basically software development lifecycle. Okay, so here it's not like that we have job only for the RPA developer, right? So next slide will be like, I'm working on an old technology. Is RPA will help me to upskill as per the market requirement? Definitely. So already there are a lot of people transform their career from old technology to the RPA. So definitely it will help you to grow and upskill as per the market requirement. Does RP offer better growth and package? Definitely. So if you see, maybe your surrounding, maybe your colleagues, your friends, right? Whoever started the RPA journey, so definitely they have like better growth and package as compared to the any other legacy technologies into the market. Okay, so anyone can start the RPA journey. So it's I can say it's very interesting and very easy to implement as compared to the other things. Okay, so here we'll discuss about like a UiPath for 2 to 3 minutes, and then I will show you the real demo. Okay, so UiPath is one of the leading RPA tool into the market. So I'm not sure have you people heard about the Gartner report. So if you like seen the Gartner report, so UiPath is one of the top tool into the market for the RPA. Okay, and it's basically like a having the three components. I can show you here, like UiPath Studio, UiPath Robot, and UiPath Orchestrator. So in a UiPath Studio, like we are having or we are doing the development. So whatever automation we are going to do, or whatever automation we are going to build, that we are going to build into the studio, and with the help of robot, okay, we have to execute that automation, whatever automation we have built. And orchestrator is nothing but the browser based cloud application that enable you to manage the robots machines, right? And it will also enable you to scheduling, monitor the process, whatever the execution is happening on the robot. So this is basically from management point of view. Okay, and the last slide is RP advantages basically. So first one is increase the productivity. So as a human, okay, so as a human, what we are doing basically, like we are working for 10, 12 hours maximum, right? And within that also we'll take some tea break, coffee break, lunch break, dinner break, whatever, and also we'll take a weekly off. In addition to that, we'll go for the vacation, we'll have apart from that festive holidays and all the things, right? But this is not the case with the robot. So robots will be available 24 by 7, 365 days. So you can see there is a tremendous difference between the productivity between the humans and the robots. Same thing I will show into the demo as well. Next thing is improved quality assurance, right? So in case if you are doing any task like the same task day by day, so obviously it might happen the people can do any kind of mistake while performing their job, and it might be very costly mistake, right? It might be the very costly mistakes uh, from the organization point of view, and organization have to like pay to the clients, or if they break any SLA then they have to pay the very huge fine also, right? But this is not a case with the robots. Basically it will perform the same action first time and forever. So it will give the improved quality assurance. Third point is better management capability. So it having the centralized management capability with the help of orchestrator. So we can monitor, control, schedule, execute, do the deployment by with the help of orchestrator. And the last but not least, the coding knowledge. So here we required only very basic coding knowledge to kickstart our journey. And maybe I can show you into the demo. But before that, like any question from your end, or if you want to discuss anything before I start the demo. Okay. So Prathamesh, so basic means I can say not a language. Okay. Basically, you should know the concept like what is variable, right? What is variable? What are the conditions? What are the loops, right? So only if you have that logical knowledge from any language point of view, right? So that will be more than enough to kickstart our journey. Anyhow, we will cover during our sessions, but this is just I want to give the idea like yes, we required such type of knowledge, and that will be helpful to kickstart your journey. Okay, Prathamesh. Okay, fine. Any other question before moving ahead from the Sri Hari, Suresh, and is VB more useful? See, if you have the knowledge of VB, yes, definitely it will be like helpful. Okay, VB.net, or if you know the C#.net. But anyhow, we are not going to do any coding. But here we are going to use some functions, which is VB related function or C# related function during our automation. So if you have, that would be really great. But if not, then anyhow we are going to see here. Okay, Prathamesh, no, we no need to purchase this. Okay, so we'll tell you how to get the free copy of this. So no need to be worry about it. So that is also one of the reason it's getting more popular because the free trial is available for this software. But if you think about other things, then they are giving like 30 days trial or 60 days trial. It might be very difficult. Okay. Role of AI with RPA. Okay. So Manish, before some time back, I have discussed this like AI, right? Not AI. I said about the Gartner report. So I said as per the Gartner report, like this is one of the popular tool and having the more capabilities and as compared to any other tool. But now you are asking about the role of AI with the RPA. So the Gartner predicted the same thing, like by 2024 the AI and RPA will work hand by hand actually. Okay, so for AI, what do you mean by AI? Like artificial intelligence, machine learning, right? So what they want the data basically for the processing. So whatever the moreover data we are providing there, the system will be give the will be able to give the accurate result, right? So what RPA will be do? RPA will help the AI to gather the result from different locations or from different resources, and it will supply the data to the AI, so that AI can predict the very accurate result. Okay, so this is the like role of the AI versus the RPA. Yes, Prathamesh. So we can do anything. Okay, so whatever the question you ask, can extract the data from different website. Yes, definitely we can do that. And I'm going to show the same thing into my demo as well. Okay, so I will show you the demo. So this is a government website. Okay, this is a government website, and what this website is doing basically, it will show you the COVID-19 statewide status. Okay, it will show the COVID-19 statewide status. So here, what is my problem statement? I want to go to this website and I want to capture all this data. For example, the state name, total confirmed cases, cured discharge, migrated cases, and death cases as well. Okay, so I want to capture this information along with this URL. So you can see these URLs are not visible to us, but we can able to extract the these URLs as well with the help of robotic process automation. Okay, so if you want to build this, right, so if you want to build this, any idea how much time it will take into the RPA? Just a rough idea. Okay, so I'm not asking any exact idea, any rough idea basically from anyone, just rough idea. Okay. Okay, fine. So you people don't want to say. So Manish, tell me, like, if you want to do this in Selenium, for example, you are working in Selenium, right? Or any other tool. So how much time it will take, like, if you want to just extract this data, or if you want to build automation for this? Okay, 4 hours, right? Okay, fine, perfect. Right, so Manish said it will take 4 hours. Okay, and for this RPA, he was saying like 1 hour. But I can say we can do this with the help of RPA within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes by explaining to you people as well. Okay, sir, I missed the problem. So Prathamesh, what the problem statement is like that. We have to go to this URL. This is a government website. It's providing the COVID-19 statewide status. So what I want to do, I want to capture all the information like state name, total confirmed cases, cured migrated discharge cases, death cases, WhatsApp chatbot URL, this URLs as well. I want to write it into the Excel file. And once it is done, I want to send the email as well along with the attachment. Okay. So this is my problem statement. So what I will do first, I will run it, I will show you, and then I will build it. Okay. So let me run this. So what this process will do? First, it will launch the browser. Okay. Once after launching the browser, okay, it will open the URL. Once the URL is open, it will capture all the information. After that, it will put into the Excel file, and once it is done, it will send all the information via email as well. Okay, and the whole process will not take more than 20 seconds. So you can see the whole process will not take 20 seconds. So it has taken around 25 seconds. That is fine. My system is little slow. So you can see it's showing the time in hours, minute, and seconds. Okay, so it has taken the 25 seconds, and now we can see the email as well. So have I received the email or not? So okay, let me check. Okay, so you can see I have received the email as well with this subject COVID-19 statewide status, and then you can see like here the body, and this is the attachment. So you can see whatever the information we have extracted from the UI, it is available into this spreadsheet as well. So you can see, and even you can see here like it's able to capture this links as well, which is not directly visible to us. Okay, and this is, you can see, able to execute within only 25 seconds. Okay, so now I will show you the demo, but before that, any question, please let me know if you have any question or something. Okay, So we can start. So what is the first thing? We have to launch the browser. So if you want to launch the browser, this, by the way, this is UiPath Studio. Okay, here we have to do the development. Okay, so I will go here, open browser. Okay, open browser. So here we have this activity, open browsers. Okay, so what we have to do here, we have to provide the browser path, okay, or the browser URL, okay, which you want to open. So we'll go here, we'll give you the, okay, this URL in a double quotes. Okay, and in addition to that, we have the like option as well, like which browser we have to open. Okay, so here you can see, go to the browser type. So we have the different browser types are available here. Okay, so I will select the browser type as a Chrome. So I have selected browser type as a Chrome. Okay, so you can see, so it will open in a Chrome. Once it's open, what is our problem statement? We have to capture this URL. Sorry, we have to capture this information. So how to capture this information? So if you go, we have the data scraping. It will open this wizard and it will say all the blah blah things like your browser should be open, element should be visible, and all the things. Okay, so I will click on the next button. So as soon as I click on the next button, okay, so so what is the next thing? We have to capture all the information like state name, total confirmed cases, all the column data basically. Okay, so how to capture this data? We have to just click on this state name. So I clicked on the first state name, then we'll get this wizard. It will say click on the second element. So it might happen, you can ask this question like, do we have to click on the all the elements? No, we have to like indicate only first two elements, because UiPath want to understand the pattern, in which pattern how to gather the data. Then I'm going to click on the next button, then I will click on this state name. Done. And here we'll give the column name. So what is the column name? This state name. Okay, so I will give the state name here, and then I'm going to click on the next button. So as soon as I click on the next button, can you see it's able to capture all the information from the state name column. Okay, the last was West Bengal, so you can see it's able to capture all the state name which is available here. Okay, what is the next thing now? I want to capture this total confirmed cases. So what I will do, I will click on the extract correlated data. I will click on this first record. As soon as done with the first record, I'm going to click on the second record, because UiPath want to understand the pattern. Done. And again I will give this column name here. Okay, column name, and I will click on the next button. Done. I'm able to capture all the information. What is the next thing? So similar way we can capture this QR, discharge, migrated cases, death cases. But what about this URL, right? Which is not visible to us. So no need to be worried. We have to click on extract correlated data and then click on this URL. Okay, here first. Okay, then again it will say to click on the second element so that UiPath understand the pattern. Clicked. That's it. We are done. Okay, so now here instead of extract text, we have to take the extract URL and give the URL here. Click on the next button. So you can see even it's able to capture this URL as well, which is not visible to, right? Now we are done suppose, and then I'm going to click on the finish. So as soon as I click on the finish, it's asking, is data spanning multiple pages? Means do we have data on a multiple pages, right? So if we have the data on a multiple pages, what we can do? Okay, we have to click on the yes button. Then what it will do, it will take the data from the next pages as well, if we have. But now we don't have the data on the next pages, so I will click on the no. So as soon as I click on the finish, so here the flow is got like created by default. Even it has created the variable as well. You can see this is variable where it will store the data. So you can see the ease of automation, right? So ease of automation is very good here. And now what is the next thing? We have to write into the Excel file. So I will take this write range. Okay, here write range means we have to write into the Excel file. So what other thing we have to give? We have to give the Excel file path. So we can go here, we can select the Excel file. Next thing is sheet name. in which sheet you want to write, because it might happen in Excel, like we have a lot of sheets, right? Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, right? So here we have to mention the sheet name, then range from which cell you want to start the writing. So I want to start writing from A1, but if you want to start from B1, then we can give accordingly. And here, this is the output, so we have to give this input here. That's it. So this will add all the data into the Excel. What is the next thing? We have to send the email to the respective people, right? So send SMTP mail message. So this is the activity we have to use. Okay, so these are nothing but the functions which is already created. We have to just provide input and output, and we have to build the automation, right? So here we have to give the two means we have to give the like email ID of the person to whom you want to send the email. Here we have to give the subject. Okay, we have to give the subject, email subject, body. If you want to pass anybody, we can pass it. And now here we have the option as a attach files. So if you want to attach any attachment here, very well we can give it. For example, I want to attach this file, so I will copy his path, like copy as a path. Okay, and I will give it here. That's it. Okay, so you can get this file as attachment to whomever you are going to send. In addition to that, here we have to provide on the right hand side, you can see the logon, means you have to provide the credentials of the person. Okay, from or the email ID, from which email ID you want to send this email, right? In addition to that, we have to provide the port number and server name which is associated with that particular email domain. For example, it might be the Yahoo, it might be the Gmail, right? So that we have to provide. But if you want to do with the Outlook, then we no need to give all the details, because what Outlook will do, it will take like whatever the Outlook is installed on your system, it will use that account directly. So even for Outlook, it's very easy. Yes, Prathamesh, we can send to the multiple email IDs as well. So it's not a problem. Even here you can see we have BCC, CC, everything is there. So like email, we can do all the functionality here. Okay, and this integration also, you no need to do any integration also, because it will go to the your Gmail, it will it will log in a background to your Gmail ID, and then it will send an email as well. So it will take care of each and everything. Okay, so can you see, like within this maybe 5 7 minutes or 10 minutes, by explaining with you people with these four simple steps, we are able to achieve this automation. And you can see here, like we haven't used any kind of I can say the coding, or even I didn't use any functions also. Okay, so now like it's you people turn, maybe have a please have a questions, like if you have any questions on this. So any question from maybe Manish, Prathamesh, Srihari, Suresh? Okay, so no questions. Okay, sir, what if you want to scan multiple website every day, extract contents from the lines? Yes, Prathamesh, we can very well do with the help of it. And as you said, like we have to do on a every day, right? For example, so what we can do, we can apply the schedule. Okay, so if you want to like daily morning, if you want to take the data from all the websites, right? We can do the scheduling. So bot will start automatically, and it will extract the data from the different websites. So even you no need to be there, like the human should be there to execute that particular automation. So we have the scheduling functionality from the orchestrator. So with the help of orchestrator, we can schedule that particular automation, and it will execute it by its own without any human intervention. Okay. Okay, fine. So if you don't have any questions, maybe I can move ahead, but can we tell the important names to bot? Important names means I didn't get. Can we tell the important names to the bot? What do you mean by it? Yes, yes, yes. We can give. So Manish having the question, how can take the data of every hour or day? So here Manish, we can like add the trigger. Okay, so I can show you if you want. Okay. Okay, so this is a cloud platform for the UI part. Okay, so I can go here. Okay, so we have to go here and we have to give the scheduling. Okay, so what will happen based on the scheduling, it will execute the process whenever we want, after every hour, after every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or also we have like option if you want to execute. Okay, maybe I can show you. See this triggers. Okay, so if you go to this trigger, so I have this trigger basically. So if I go here, edit. Okay, so here we have the option for the time zone as well. If you want to trigger or schedule a particular time zone, very well we can do that. Also here we have the option for minutes. So after every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we can do hourly. Okay, we can do daily. Also we can do the weekly as well. So we have to select the day and time. Also if you want to do on a monthly basis, so very well we can do that as well. So here we have a lot of options are available. So not only the daily, but if you want to execute on particular hourly basis or on particular time zone, we can do anything from here. Okay. Any more questions?